of replacing a headlight on the Elise, and we'll walk through that process. So this is the 05 and 06. The 07 headlight is a little different. I'll show when I take it apart, but on the 05 and 06, the lens, the plexiglass cover is just a cover, and then the lenses are actually mounted to the clam, where on the later cars it's all one unit. The headlights are part of the cover. So what I'm going to do is put in a set of Phillips on the Lotus. The headlights are H1. First step is to get in the front wheel well. So I'll take the front wheel off. With the front wheel off, there's the fender liner is actually in two pieces, and you can kind of see the seam right here. So basically you just take this front liner off, and it's mostly I think plastic screws. So those two plastic screws, there's a regular screw up there, and this liner should come off. And the liner comes out. What we can see is that there are knurled screws here and here and back here. So those knurled screws are the ones that hold the plastic lens cover on. So you have to undo those to get it off. This is actually not the original screw that came on the car, so I have a new set of lenses. So this screw might look different depending on what year and what actual build date you have on the car. But those are next to come off. So it's this guy. They're kind of funky looking. This guy up here. And that guy has a bigger washer on him. And then this guy right by the cooler. Okay, so this was my assembly. I don't know if they'll all be like this, but I had a larger washer on the one up by the top so it can catch on, there's a bracket up there, and then a kind of a smaller washer on the one at the very bottom. And then the one in the middle came with this kind of standard lock washer on it. Okay. So now that those are out, the lens cover should be able to just lift off. Okay. Alright, there's the lens cover off. It was just a little sticky, but everything looks okay. So I'll set that off to the side. So here's what they call the bucket. Obviously the lenses are attached to the clamshell, they're not attached to the lens. Alright, so here's the little bugger. And let's see if we can snap this guy out. Clip that moves out of the way. And get this headlight out. Trying to make this visible, but it's not super easy. It's a long light, so here's what I'll do. I'll pull the connector off first. Move that out of the way. So there, the connector's out. Now I'll pull the light out. There we go. And then we'll have to make sure and note any orientation. It looks like there's a flat spot that goes towards the body of the car. So, out with the old, in with the new. Even Lotus says not to touch the bulb with your hand. And you know when Lotus says not to do it, it's actually a real thing. So I'll pop this guy back in. Make sure that the pegs are in the right spot. As long as the pins are in the right slot in there, that's correct. There we go. And then connector on. And that's it. It's all hooked up. So let me get in a little bit so you can kind of see. This little clip right here has a really little hook that it needs to fit behind, and that's one on either side. Alright, so new headlight fitted. Let's check and make sure that it turns on. No light.